alcoholism and drug abuse. The community thinks an answer might be right under their feet in developing a bauxite mine, but the plans have been stalled by complexity. The latest challenge, though, is coming to a head, and hopes are rising that there will be a breakthrough. Ginny Steins reports.
These kids are special. They've grown up believing education is the key to a successful future. Flown out to attend boarding school, they're now back, but it's tough. What does the community need?
Well, really, we need
stop violence and stuff.
Yeah, we need this violence to stop.
More like other jobs too, like other job opportunities.
Yeah. Because there's mostly all the violence happening during every month and years. It's happening after year after year.
They love their community and want to stay, but they also want things to change.
I do worry about them, I feel hurt inside, when they do bad stuff, it's not them, they gotta change their ways inside of them.
Arukun's problems have consistently made headlines for decades.
It's the school that's so dangerous it's had to be closed.
Violence, alcohol, abuse have plagued the community. The biggest challenge, though, is jobs.
We have lots of young people in this community. Some of them have been graduated, finished year 12. They are all back here in the community and they are doing nothing.
As Aurukun has struggled, people in this former Presbyterian mission have turned to the soil beneath them, hoping it may be their salvation. Mayor Derek Walpo believes real good can come from a mine.
It's going to benefit this community in the long run in regards to slowly. There might be a small group of people that might want to stay on welfare, but he's going to cater for taking welfare dependency out of this community.
The turn-up is right here.
Jonathan Corkatane is on his way to the patch of ground the people of Aurukun are pinning their hopes on. He heads up the body that looks after the native title interests of the Wik and Wikwaya people. For 50 years, there's been promises of a bauxite mine here.
We want to own this mine, to part of it. We want to make it drive our young people to make sure that there's a good opportunity out there because it's owned by the community.
Corkatane and elder Phyllis Yunkaporta has survived many disappointments, but they still hold out hope a mine will proceed.
This is what it's all about, brother. This is the piece of resource from the bush that makes the aluminium. This is for the world to know this is a rich country.
Multinational mining company Glencore, the world's largest commodities trader, won the right to develop the Aurukun lease 2 years ago.
We think we submitted a strong and credible proposal to government that was selected.
Despite this, support in Aurukun for Glencore is divided, and the company can't proceed without a land use agreement with the Aurukun community. The traditional owners are tied up in an exclusive agreement with the losing bidder.
Their advisors told us that they were unable to meet with us because they'd entered into an agreement with another party. We tried probably on half a dozen occasions after that to seek meetings, and each time they were refused.
We spent 4 years talking.
The traditional owners are in a joint venture with Australian Bauxite Development, or ABD.
So we've come up with a proposal that is quite unique. It's nowhere else in Australia. It has been done overseas. But we came up with a proposal where they had 15% full carried interest in the mine development with no development debt. That's quite unique.
Traditional owners still support ABD despite losing a string of court cases all the way to the High Court, arguing the Glencore decision was flawed.
The government can't make decisions. We're the traditional owner of the land.
The last roll of the dice to the Native Title Tribunal will be decided in the next few weeks.
We are going to fight to see this project come to fruition. The reality is this is a unique project, it's innovative, and the evaluation process didn't take that into account.
But Glencore has its supporters who argue the fighting must stop and that jobs come first.
Glencore have been engaging with the people, sitting down, talking to the elders, walking around the community, talking to people, what they want Glencore to do for the community.
But even if Glencore does manage to get an agreement with the community, there are more doubts about whether it will ever get the mine off the ground.
What we think they deserve is for someone to conduct a robust and thorough assessment of the viability of the resource, and also that they deserve to be involved in that process, and that's what we intend to do.
Aurukun is full of untapped potential and simple joys, like a family fishing day. But it needs investment and business, so kids who want to work don't have to leave home.
Well, if the mining does happen in this community, there's got to be real benefits for this community as a shire and benefits for the individuals.